about this enormous hurricane that's moving its way through the Gulf. I think one of the things I've learned over the last 19 months is that a lot of people are going through their own trials and their own tribulations. There are a lot of quiet storms that are taking place throughout America. All across America, I meet people who have seen their jobs shipped overseas. And they haven't lost only their job, they've lost their health care, they've lost their pension, and they've lost the sense of dignity that comes with work. All across America, I've met couples who don't have health care even though they've worked all their lives. Maybe they lost their job at the age of 55. Maybe a company reneged on its commitment to provide them health care after they retired. All across America, I meet young people who have the grades and the will and the drive to go to college, but don't have the money. All across America, there are children growing up without a stable home, in schools that are underfunded and uninspired, young children who don't see any path for themselves other than a path to jail or a path to drugs or in some case a path to death. All across America, there are families who have always understood themselves as middle class, who knew that if they played by the rules, if they tried, they could make it here in America because that was America's promise. That it didn't matter where you were born or what you looked like, that if you were willing to put in the effort, that you could achieve your dreams, that you could buy a home and be able to care for your family, that you wouldn't be bankrupt if you got sick, that you would be able to retire with dignity and with respect, that you could send your child to a good school and watch them march off a stage with a diploma in hand someday. And yet they feel that American dream, that American promise slipping away. All across America, people are working harder for less. And all across America, it's harder to save and harder to retire. And people are concerned not just for their own immediate well-being, but they're concerned what's happened to that promise. What's happened to that dream? Are we going to be the first generation in a very long time that passes on an America that's a little less prosperous, a little less unified, a little poorer, and a little meaner than the one we inherited from our parents? That's the question on people's minds in this election. That's the reason that we gather here today. We are here to say enough is enough, that we are going to make a difference in the lives of ordinary people, and that's why I'm running for president of the United States of America. Think about it. Think about it. Think about what we've gone through over the last 8 years. We've seen incomes and wages flatline. When Bill Clinton was president, the average family income went up $7,500. Since George Bush has been in office, your average family income has gone down $2,000. We have seen the highest unemployment rate for at least 5 years, and we expect that with what's happening on Wall Street, things may get worse. We have the highest foreclosure rate since the Great Depression. We have seen the federal government having to intervene now to bail out major institutions on Wall Street because somebody was asleep at the switch. And so even if you haven't lost your home, you've seen your home values plummet. The truth is that we have seen an economy deteriorate year after year after year. And in the White House, we have seen a president cling to a worn-out theory of economics that says if you give more to the most, then it'll somehow trickle down to the least. How many of you have felt things trickling down?